Hi everyone, my name is Natalie and I make golf and golf lifestyle videos, and today's video is all about how to set goals for your golf game. The first thing I want to tell you is that this can be done by anyone at any time, regardless of your skill level. This exercise can also be applied to other aspects of your life. Regardless of what you do it for or when you do it, the main thing is I recommend that you write it down. I use my practice journal for this exercise. However, you can use just a piece of paper, you can put it in your phone. The main thing is it needs to be visual and it needs to be something that you see fairly often, because this is going to guide you to make the practical steps to actually accomplish your goals. The first step is to identify where you want to be or what it is that you want to accomplish. Think about your big picture goals. They need to be a little bit more specific rather than just saying, I want to be better at golf. However, think of those aspects of your golf game that you really think you could improve on. Maybe you want to have a lower stroke average, practice more, or have fewer putts per round. But regardless, these are your big picture goals. After you've identified your big picture goals, the next step is to identify where you are, to assess where you are in relation to those goals. If you want to have a lower stroke average, what is your stroke average now? If you want to practice more, how often do you practice now? If you want to have fewer putts, where do you stand after the end of a round? How many putts do you have? Identifying where you are in relation to these goals that you've already set, these big picture goals, can help you identify specifically what you want to accomplish. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they set out to achieve a goal, but they don't know exactly what the goal is. So if you've identified what your stroke average is, how often you practice, or how many putts you have per round, then you can look back on that and think, okay, if this is where I'm at, where do I want to move to? What do I actually want to accomplish? Maybe you want to lower your stroke average 5 strokes a round. That'll get you to shooting about 75 every time you play. Maybe you want to practice more and that you want to practice 5 times a week instead of 3 times a week. And then to have fewer putts per round, maybe you usually have about 35 putts and you want to lower that down to 30. These goals may be related to each other, they may not be. But regardless, after you identify those specific aspects of those big picture goals, you then can determine what practical steps you need to take to actually be able to achieve those. One of the most difficult aspects of this exercise is identifying your faults, identifying what is holding you back. These things may not be at all what you think they are. Maybe you've realized after some reflection that every time you play, you have some type of blow up hole. Maybe you're cruising right around par and then you'll have a 10 somewhere because you realize, hey, I'm cruising right around par. I'm playing pretty good. So then you realize, okay, my mental game, that's the real issue here. So going from there, that's when you can think, okay, what can I actually do to improve my mental game? Maybe I need to incorporate meditation. Maybe I need to read some self-help, some mental game books. Those are things that you can actually do. You can check those off a list. You know if you did or did not do those. Maybe another thing that's influenced your stroke average is your chipping. You know you need to improve your chipping drastically. You need to take some lessons. You need to actually devote some practice time to that. You want to practice more, and maybe you realize the reason you are not practicing that much is because you're spending a lot of time watching TV. So maybe you want to limit how often you watch TV during the daytime when you can be at the golf course. Maybe you have no putting routine. You realize that all of your friends that are really good putters, they have some routine that they go over every single time that they step up to putt, and you have nothing like that. So some practical steps you can take toward that is you need to incorporate some drills. You could even practice these things at home, work on your setup. Regardless, this is something you can do practically. You can cross this off the list. Once you realize the categories or those very small practical steps you need to make in order to reach your goals, this can help you shape your practice, your mental game, maybe who you play with, the list goes on. And that's again why I recommend that you use a practice journal. Having this handy can help you, especially if you're just reflecting, if you're on the golf course trying to decide what to practice, you can look at this and think, okay, I know where to go, I know what is guiding me for this practice. I really hope today's video was beneficial for you because my entire purpose is to create content that will help you get better at your golf game. Again, my name is Natalie and you can find me on Instagram at NatBirdGolfs. So please give me a follow and hit that subscribe button because I've got a lot of fun things coming up that you're not going to want to miss. And also, something tells me you've got a friend, a family member, or a teammate that could benefit from this information. So please pass this video along. Until next time, I'm wishing you birdies and fairways and hope you have a great day.